Hey folks, Wayne Jennings here with another action camera review. Today I'm looking at the iZEEKER iA100 model. Now, I bought this off Amazon, bit of an impulse buy. It was on sale for half price. I paid $39 for it. And I figured at that price, is it any good? Well, I guess you get what you pay for, because unfortunately, I was a little disappointed. Stick around and I'll tell you why. The iZEEKER iA100 is a compact, lightweight action camera claiming to record video in resolutions of 720, 1080, 2.7K, and 4K, and shoot still photos in sizes ranging from 8 up to 20 megapixels. This camera comes with a lot of accessories. Let's see exactly what's included. Of course, you get the camera itself, and it comes with this mounting frame. There's a waterproof housing rated to a depth of 40 meters, along with an interchangeable dustproof back door. You get two rechargeable lithium-ion batteries rated at 1050 milliamp hours, along with a 2-slot battery charger and a USB cable. It comes with two quick-release base plates and a nice assortment of mounting hardware and tripod adapters. There's also a 2-function remote control, a user manual, and a quick start guide. Let's just check out the camera now. On the front is dominated by the lens. On the bottom here is the battery compartment. You just slide this lever and it opens up. It's got a little metal spring-loaded hinge there, which is nice. Unfortunately, though, there is no tripod socket on the bottom of this camera. So in order to mount it, you have to use the included cage. On this side, there's another little door. This just kind of peels open like so, and it reveals a micro SD card slot. There are two ports there. One is an HDMI output, and one is a micro USB input for charging. Above that, there's a little tiny microphone. On the far side, there's a little tiny speaker, and there are two buttons used to turn the Wi-Fi on and navigate the menu. On the top of the camera, we have a couple buttons here. We have a power button and a mode button, and beside that is a shutter release. So just push the power button, turn it on, and there's the 2-inch touchscreen. It defaults to the video mode. If you swipe from the side, it switches to the photo mode. So you can select photo or video mode. Also, if you hit the mode button on the top, you get this menu which shows you the video and the photo mode with the selections: normal, time-lapse, or slow motion for video, regular photo, self-timer, or burst photo for the photo mode. And show you there's quite an extensive menu. If you hit this little gear icon down here, it opens up the menu, and you can change a lot of things. In this case, video resolution. If you hit that, you'll see it says 4K, or you can select 2.7. Let's go back there. Scroll down, 2.7, 1080, 720. So you just select the resolution you want, and it goes back to the menu. You can turn various things on or off: electronics image stabilization. You can shoot looping video, turn the sound on or off. This is a nice one, exposure. If you hit that, you can go in, scroll through. You can raise or lower the exposure by up to the equivalent of 2 f-stops. There's other things you can do here, like you can change the white balance, change the ISO. You can play around with the color and the tint and the hue, special effects, things like that. There's also a sub-menu. If you hit that, we can go in and change things like the language. There's a car mode if you want to use it as a dash cam, automatic power off, date and time setting. You can, of course, there's an upside down setting here if the camera's hanging upside down. Screensaver, format the video card. Various things like that. So a pretty extensive menu, similar to the photo mode. You can go in and change things like the photo resolution. If I hit that gear icon, and photo resolution, high of 20 megapixels, low of 8 megapixels. So various things like that you can change. You can also do playback video or photo by hitting the button down there. And there is an app you can get to connect Wi-Fi. To do that, you hit this button on the end here, and then you get a little Wi-Fi icon showing up. Get this little red flashing light at the top that shows it's going to connect to your app. So it's a pretty extensive menu considering the price of this camera. It has a lot of features built in. But just because this camera has a lot of features does not necessarily translate into good video quality. Unfortunately, I was a little disappointed with the video I shot with this camera. Here's a little sample. Have a look and you can see for yourself. This first scene was shot at the 720 resolution, and in my opinion, it is way too soft. I mean, look at those leaves and the water and the rocks. There's absolutely no detail. Way too soft for me. This next scene was shot at 1080, and although it's a bit of an improvement, there's still not much detail in those leaves, especially in the background and around the edges. The center of the frame, not too bad, but overall, not as sharp as I would expect. And here we're looking at the same scene shot at 2.7K, and as far as I can tell, it looks exactly the same as the 1080 video. So no real improvement there. Now, here we are shooting at 4K, and everything definitely looks sharper until you introduce some motion. You'll see as I walk in front of the lens, well, it kind of stutters and grabs, almost as if it was shot at a lower frame rate. Really, for any kind of motion, that is completely unacceptable. Here's an audio test on the iZEEKER iA100. Now, right now, you're hearing my voice recorded on this. It's a digital audio recorder with a plug-in microphone, and that's how I get real good quality sound. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this off, and you hear my voice as the camera picks it up, and you can compare the two. So let's just stop this. Okay, that is stopped. Now you hear my voice as the camera picks it up, just talking in a normal voice at about arm's length. And as you can hear, it's kind of low. To get good sound, you actually have to come closer to the camera in order to have your voice picked up on that microphone. So the further away you get, unfortunately, the worse the sound gets. So as you can see or hear, the sound quality on this camera is not very good. It's very low. But not only is it low, it's out of sync. I mean, watch this clip again and you'll see my lips are moving, but the sound is not lining up. And as you can hear, it's kind of low. To get good sound, you actually have to come closer to the camera in order to have your voice picked up on that microphone. So the further away you get, unfortunately, the worse the sound gets. This action camera appears to record smooth flowing time-lapse videos, but to my eye, this 4K image is still a bit soft. It does, however, take pretty good still photos in sizes ranging from 8 up to 20 megapixels, and it features a self-timer and a burst photo mode. This camera has a feature called Electronic Image Stabilizer, or EIS. Now, right now that's turned off. I'm just walking along this trail, holding the camera at arm's length so you can see what kind of a shot you get. What I'm going to do is turn the EIS on, retrace my steps, and then you can compare the two. All right, I've turned the EIS on. I'm walking over the same section of trail, but personally, in my opinion, I don't really think the EIS on this camera makes much difference at all. I really cannot tell the difference. So it's a feature that's really not worth using. So in conclusion, I was not very impressed with the iZEEKER iA100 action camera. When I first got this camera, I started shooting some tests and I found the image to be very soft. I thought maybe there's something wrong with this. Maybe there's something wrong with the lens or the image sensor. So I sent it back to Amazon. I asked for a replacement and they were very good. They shipped me out a new one right away. But I had the same issues, which leads me to believe there's something wrong with this particular line of camera. You see the 720 video, way too soft for my liking. The 1080 video, still pretty soft around the edges. The 2.7K video looked exactly the same as 1080. No difference that I could see. The 4K video, it did look sharper, but when it comes to motion, it was really bad. You walk in front of the lens, or you do a pan or car drives by, and the image would stutter as if it was shot at a lower frame rate, which basically makes shooting at 4K totally useless. And when it comes to audio, well, as you heard, it records at a very low level and it records out of sync. So what good is that? So unfortunately, because of all those reasons, this is one action camera that I do not recommend.